In my crumble opinion. Hello, my crumble sexuals. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's In My Crumble Opinion. Before we get into this sickening episode with my guest, Nicki motherfucking Jizz, I just have a few announcements to make. Don't forget that you could watch us here on YouTube, which is where you're probably watching us. You could also listen to us on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. What are other podcast services? Apple, Amazon. That's
Pornhub.
it. Yeah, Pornhub. Hamster X. Is that still around? Napster. I don't know where you get your podcast.
LimeWire.
And follow us on all social media accounts. You can follow me. She Has Layers on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Help me get some motherfucking views because we really want to push this show, reach a wider audience, showcase all that the Bay Area has to offer in terms of drag. And consider being a patron. Stick around to the end of the episode and you get to hear who our current patrons are. Thank you so much. By becoming a patron, you get to support our growth. We got these new mics that sometimes work really well, sometimes don't. Don't get me started about that. But we could get better lighting equipment. We could get a better camera. You know, some of these videos be looking crunchy. I know you saw the High Prince X reunion, which was fucking dope. Fucking dope. But some of the low light kind of graininess was driving me nuts. So you want us to get a better camera, don't you? Okay, that's okay. That wasn't a threat. That seemed threatening.
The low light did some of them a favor.
It definitely did Shiksa a favor. Just kidding. Everybody looks sickening.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are not in low light. We are in beautiful studio lighting here with my guest, Nicki Jizz.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my God.
Hi, dark web, internet people.
I am so gagged you're here. Thank you so much for doing this show. I'm really in the presence of royalty. We're going to get into why you're so iconic, but before we get into that, I want to start at the beginning. So, where are you from, and how did you get into drag?
Oh, God, that's, where am I from? I don't even know half the time. Some like to say I'm from Narnia. Some I'm from badass bitch land. But really, I'm from Inglewood, California. Inglewood up to no good. I'm a SoCal queen. Well, I'm a SoCal faggot who eventually moved up here. But I lived there for like 12 years or 21 years, like my whole entire life. And then I like went to school in like the Pacific Palisades, which is a rich white suburb. Went to school with like celebrities' kids, but I was the like black bust out kid.
How did that happen?
I'm just a really smart bitch. So I got into like the magnet programs and I got like busts out there. So I have to wake up at like every morning. So
you're a diversity hire for high school.
Honestly, yes. I affirmative action at work. Here I am. And I got bust out there. I had to wake up at like 6:30 in the morning. But I went to, I wouldn't be the person I am if I didn't go there. I'd probably still be in the hood. But I went to school with like O.J. Simpson's son, which is fucking wild. Cause
Did he try to kill you?
No. I mean, we did have a little moment once in the locker room, but whatever. I won't talk about that. Wait for my memoirs. But one day he was like, yeah, everyone thinks that my dad killed my mom. But he didn't. And I was just like, my mom was like,
sure?
My mom was like, you cannot go over his house. I was like, but think about the stories.
Yeah.
I can find evidence. The glove. But yeah, I lived in LA until I was 21 and I was doing community college down there. And I was like, my best friends were living up here and I was like, I can do community college anywhere. So I moved up here and it's been 14 years of me living in the Bay. This August, it will be 14 years.
Do you consider yourself a Bay Area person now or do you still consider yourself from SoCal?
I think I'm a Bay Area bitch now. Like I've been here for long enough. I still don't say hella, but because I'm still trying to hold on to a little bit of LA, because the hella is a Bay Area thing. But I've been here for 14 years. I've lived in the Sunset most of that. And this is like my home. LA is like, it's like where I grew up where it's my home-ish, but it's like weird when I go back because I'm just like, I just party and I don't have a job, so it's fun.
You don't have to tell us how old you are, but what years did you live in LA?
Because from what year to what year?
Well, I just know that I grew up in Pomona in like the early mid 90s.
Yeah.
And we had like, you know, gang activity all the time. So it's just like I feel like gangs kind of like mellowed out
Yeah.
in the past 20 years or so. So what was Inglewood like growing up, in the hood?
I mean, it was okay. I mean, it's one of the things when you're growing up in a place like that, you really don't notice like how different it is until I had a crazy culture shock and went to school in like a rich white suburb. So like that was like a whole new thing for me. I was like, oh, what the fuck is it? I learned about TRL. I didn't even know, like started listening to pop music. And growing up there wasn't so bad. But it's like once you realize the differences, you're like, oh, okay, I live in the ghetto. This is crazy. But I mean, I lived in a part of Inglewood that was like really nice and quiet. It was like the suburbs. And I'd be like walking around and they'd be like, hey, faggot. And I'm like, yeah, slay.
Thanks for noticing.
But I usually would like I would get a lot of like chasers when I was like a young child. Like, and I would fuck these old men. They were like, I'd be at the bus stop. They were like, you need a ride? I was like, sure.
So you could blackmail people.
I was slurping on any dick. I was like, I'm hot. I'm young. I was a twink at the time, so I was getting whatever I wanted.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Oh.
Hello?
I told you to put that on mute.
Hello? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You can just leave it on the porch.
Nicki's chicken just arrived.
Yeah, I ordered Wingstop, baby. Okay, thank you. This guy's like, who the hell is happening? Oh my god. Whatever. I was hungry. I was in an Uber for 3 hours to get over here.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god, a big rig tipped over.
Because I farted on it and it just knocked all over.
Powerful ass.
And literally took 3 hours to get from San Francisco all the way to Oakland. But I arrived and I was hungry, so I ordered Wingstop.
Well, I'm doubly thankful that you made it all the way over here. You risked your life to be on this show.
Yes, it was dangerous.
So you moved to the Bay Area, and then did you immediately start doing drag, or how did that happen?
No, I didn't start doing drag until... I mean, I started drag 8 years ago, so it was about, 6 years of me just being, a young little gay in the city. I used to just, hang out at college parties and do a lot of that stuff when I first moved here. But I didn't start drag until one day at my job. I worked at Amoeba Music for years. And we were doing, a work party, and someone was like, oh, my God, you should do, a Beyonce mix, because the new her self-titled came out. Mm. So we, ended up doing... I was like, I'm going to do an 8-minute Beyonce medley. And I thought it was the flyest shit ever. I had my Payless heels on. I barely shaved. I had maybe some blush and lipstick on and a shake and go. But bitch, nobody could tell me nothing. I thought it was the shit.
And you did this in an Amoeba store?
No, we did it at Brick and Mortar. We always rented out a venue.
Okay, gotcha.
But I performed there, and that was the first time. And I had been going to Uncharlie's already for ages, and watching High Fantasy and all that stuff. And then a week later, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get my first booking, and I did Uncharlie's, and the rest is history. Here I am.
Wow.
Still doing it.
So you were adopted. You're in a drag family.
Yes.
Tell us about your drag family.
I don't know who my real parents are. If you're out there, I love you. Why'd you leave me at the doorstep? No, I am adopted into the House of Moore, the legendary, iconic House of Moore. My drag mother is the one and only Ronnie Nothing Moore. Who I was begging to adopt me for ages. And she was like, I don't want to be nobody's mama. I'll be your cool aunt. And for years, for a while, she was just my cool aunt. And then one day she was saw me perform one night and she was like, you know what? I'm going to be your mother. And I was like, you can't take this back. Glam already heard it. It's official. So then I've been House of Moore for the past maybe 6 years or so. And it's been great. I love my family. They're amazing.
So you asked Ronnie to be their daughter.
Yes.
Has anyone asked to be your child?
Yes, it has. But I do have some children.
You do?
Yeah, I have Nuance.
Oh, okay.
Nuance is my daughter. I have Jasmine Johnson. Jasmine, who used to work at the set, who works at El Rio now.
Okay.
And Syzygy is one of my adopted children as well.
Syzygy.
Yeah. But Jasmine Johnson is the only one that I put in drag for the first time.
Okay.
Everyone else was already a child.
Doing it.
They were already doing their things. But I'm kind of a bad mother. I'm just hey, here, I'll put you on guest list. Here's some ketamine. I love you.
That's enough.
Yeah,
I wish my mom would do that.
That's real parenting right there.
Yeah, that is real parenting.
Yeah.
Get me some ketamine, Mom. Okay. So before we get into reparations, I want to talk about some of the other shows you've produced. You've done a lot of shows, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a long time of me doing drag, and I remember I think I started my first party like maybe like 3 years into doing drag, 2 years
Okay.
into it, and I did this. My very first party ever was Ho is Life, because Ho is not a phase. Ho is what?
Life.
There you go. I hope all of you at home said that, because you're all whores. All of you. Even your grandmother's a whore. How do you think you got here? Because she was gobbling on that dick, took her teeth out.
Okay, too many tabs. No,
Okay, okay. Sorry, you're not getting monetized on this one. So, Ho is Life was my very first party. I did that with my drag sisters, Fietta and Pepto Dismal. We were the original crew that started it. We did that at El Rio and the Stud, and then we added like Godzilla Princess to it after a while. And yeah, that went on for like a good 4 years, 3-4 years of doing that. It was always a fun party.
What ended? How did it phase out?
It just kind of just ended because we were still doing it up until the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and I couldn't really do Ho is Life on Twitch.
Yeah,
like Twitch was very like anti-sex, anti-Nicki Jizz.
You shut down a couple of streams.
I did get some streams shut down, but it's not my fault. I'm just beautiful. I can't help it that I'm just hot and sexy, and they can't handle it.
That's right.
So we just kind of stopped after that, and then when things opened up, like I was really busy with like Ho is Life, and Fietta was like being an amazing DJ and like getting really busy. So you never know, it might come back together. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try to meet up with Fietta and like we'll see if might bring it back and give you guys a little bit of Ho.
Gag.
Just like speaking about the digital drag shows that you shut down, I think it was the very first Bitch Put In digital drag that you appeared and then you quickly disappeared.
Like, what was it that you did?
Okay, so it was so annoying. So I was in the very first digital drag show, and it was like crazy because like no one had really like done anything that big, and there was like 14,000 people on the stream that day.
Gag.
Like it was on the front page. And Bitch and like Meg were like really going hard and trying to put it together. And they gave us all these rules. They were like, you can't like show like nakedness. You can't be in your bras and panties, things like that. I was in the second half of the show. So everyone broke those rules leading up to me. And they were getting all these like reports from Twitch like, hey, if you guys continue this, we'll have to shut down the stream. And by the time it got to me, I didn't know that this was all happening. And I do this like monologue about being a hoe because that's what life is. And then then I like do reveal to like just me in a leotard. It's like a bodysuit. And literally I do the reveal and then the stream goes off. And I thought my internet cut out or thought something went wrong on my end. And
then they pulled the plug.
No, they pulled the plug because they thought I was like getting naked and they were freaking out and terrified. And I remember like just crying afterwards because I tore up my house trying to make it work. I was like so excited because it was such a big opportunity. And I was like crying and they were like, we told these girls you couldn't do this. And I was like, I wasn't doing what the other ones were doing. Like Laganja was in her like bra and panties. Like full on, I saw bubblegum. But
so do you call racism?
Yes, I do. But I did get a lot of sympathy tips because a lot of people were like, fuck censorship. And when I started seeing my Venmo, then I was like, oh, I'm not crying anymore. I was like, hold on, let me use this money to wipe up my tears. So I made good money on it. And then they asked me to come back for the second one to get my redemption. So I had my comeback.
And you did something much more chaste.
Yes, I did. I did like this stupid E.T. Ariana Grande number that I like made my boyfriend. I was like, oh, it's really easy choreo. I made him learn it like 10 minutes before we went live. And I was like, it's super easy. So you come out in this outfit, you dance around, you chase me, and then you go back and change. And then you go come out, and then you go back and change one more time. And then you do this. And he's like, easy. I was like, yeah, it's easy. Not that big of a deal. But it was a really great. I love that number. It's really cute and adorable.
Do you miss digital drag?
Yes and no. I miss like the creativity that you can pull out of it.
Yeah.
Because you can just like do whatever with a green screen. But at the same time, the editing was like insane.
It's so much work.
It's like literally like I would spend more time editing than than filming. It would be like 10 hours a day of like editing a fucking film. And you're just like, and then the shitty part was you probably make like $10 off of it.
Yeah.
And you spent like 2 days on it because digital drag, you didn't always make money.
Oh my God.
So it was like you spent so much time, and then it's like, here's $5.
But then you can use that video as much as you can.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I was like, because I kept making new ones, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make a new one. I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna send this to every other party that hasn't seen it. I'm gonna send this to Chicago. I'm gonna send this to LA, and like, whatever. They liked it. Eventually, it made money.
So one of my favorite shows that you've ever done, and I've talked about it on this show before, was Turbo Pageant. I feel like Turbo Pageant was one of those turning points for Bay Area drag that really kind of like brought the disparate kind of cliques together, communities together. It was the first show that I saw like East Bay queens, San Jose queens, Castro queens, Soma queens, kings finally competing and, you know, showcasing just like all of the different like drag groups together. How did that come about? And, and is it going to come back?
So it came about because Florida Man was like, I want to do a drag competition show, and it was kind of loosely based on a show that we have like seen and heard that used to be run by a dinosaur in Chicago, but we don't talk about them anymore. But it was a party, I think it was called Crash Landing, but we like kind of took it and made it our own. And it was one thing, like, Flora was like, let's do this. And I was like, all right, this sounds like fun. So we did it at the Stud, my like home away from home. And it was really fun because we were just really, it was like bringing people together and like pushing their boundaries of their drag and like making them like compete. But also it's like, it makes you want to fight harder for your drag and try things that you've never done before. I wish I could have done it myself, but I was the host, so I always won. But it was such a fun party. We did it like for a few months at the Stud before it shut down. We did a few cycles. We still have one cycle that never got finished.
I know.
Yeah.
So that cycle, I remember there were promos for it to like finish the cycle off.
Yes.
And then it never happened.
Then Omnicron happened.
Oh,
so Omnicron came back, and then we just never like really pulled it back together. Yeah. But I don't know. It might come back again. We'll see. It's something we've talked about. I just really love like watching people like really push themselves, and then also like fighting each other. Like, I was robbed. I should have won. Fuck that bitch. I won't. I'm not gonna say names because I'm the nice one.
I was robbed.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Snacks.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Honestly, I think Snacks was robbed.
Yeah. Snacks and I were robbed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Snacks,
right.
Yes, you guys were robbed.
We were robbed.
Yes.
Yeah. Who is your favorite winner from the live cycles?
The live ones. Oh my God. Lasagna was really amazing.
Okay, I was gonna say lasagna is my favorite.
Lasagna was like really great. Syzygy was our very first winner. But Lasagna was like an amazing competitor like throughout all of it, and they brought like a lot of really fun shit. I think we only had like two winners. We only had two cycles, so I think it came out of them. Or maybe there was a third.
Right,
I don't remember.
Lasagna was the third.
Lasagna was third.
Phoebe
was
was
second.
in the second cycle.
Oh, MJ. Hota won.
Hota won, yes. Hota won second, yes. Yeah. But yeah, Lasagna was in the third cycle. I remember, I think that was probably like one of my favorites. Yeah. Just like, that was a fun, really crazy all-around cycle.
Yeah.
And the digital one brought like a lot of really amazing stuff.
Oh yeah, you're to blame for introducing Sally Limon to the world.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You can send me hate mail.
Yeah.
At Mama Celeste's house.
Who else?
Yeah, Chucha. Chucha got a tattoo, my logo tattooed on them for the cycle. Yes. They got the Jizz tattoo.
It was Chucha before Chucha. It was when they were going by Scat Wiener.
Oh, Scat Wiener. I forgot about that. Oh my God.
Which is a great name.
It's so great. I'm gonna call Scott Wiener that from now on every time I see him.
At the bathhouse.
At the bathhouse, yes. I mean, he probably won't talk to me anyway, because I'm pretty and I'm black and he's racist and white. Anyways, but no, I remember some good stuff. Beef had a really amazing number that was really beautiful.
Beautiful.
Pastiche had some really great. Pastiche did a Fiona Apple one, which sits tight to my heart. You made that really beautiful one in the backyard. Was it the Grimes song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Grimes one was really great. It was fun. I still have a lot of them all recorded. So I should just like follow me on my Patreon and then I'll put them up there. I do have some like full cycles like recorded.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should
deep
have
in
like
the-
a retrospective. Have you back on. Right.
Oh my god, it's okay.
So you started reparations. Why? Tell us about that process and why Oh, actually, you know what? We're gonna take a break, and when we get back, we're gonna talk about reparations because that is Nicki Jizz's legacy, and I want to know all about it. Okay, short break. Oh yeah, we'll come back and have some wings. Okay.
There's chicken wings right there.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that jingle. We're now doing a mukbang. This is our 10th episode. Is that right? Our 10th episode?
11.
This is our 11th episode, meaning we have now surpassed Talking Snacks with Snacks. So not only have we overtaken Snacks' number of episodes, we're also stealing your format. We're going to be eating now. You got Snacks with Nicki Jizz, okay?
I brought my own snacks. I was like, I'm hungry.
No, Snacks is coming in a couple of weeks. I'm actually very excited. I want to ask her all the tea because I know she knows stuff.
She's sitting on a secret, y'all.
Sitting on a secret.
Snacks got a BBL.
Okay, so when we left off, I was asking you about the shows you produced. Tell me about Reparations. Obviously, everybody's favorite show in the Bay. It's been voted best drag show in the Bay. How many years in a row?
3 times?
3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I think it's 3. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Reparations. I don't know. It's my baby. I started it during the pandemic because everything was like all shut down, and then we were dealing with like all the Black Lives Matter, like protesting, and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and we were doing Turbo at the time, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Doing a show without like really like it's one thing like talking about it on air, but it was like I felt like I should be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I wanted to like be out in the streets and do things, but it's just like we're in the pandemic at the same time, and I'm like, what can I do? And I was like, well, all right, I'm good on them. I love talking to people on the mic. I love doing drag, and Juneteenth was coming up at the time, so I was like, let's do like a Juneteenth show. I was gonna do a one-off. Yeah. And I reached out to a lot of my friends, like performers that I really love. Like I got Honey Mahogany and Redbone, Miss Toto, Lucy Stool, Blackberry. And I just like wanted to put like a really amazing cast together. And we did it, and it was an amazing success. And then I just kept going for a whole year online, a whole year of editing, a lot of ring lights, a lot of shots on screen, on camera. But it was a lot of fun. And then when things opened up, I took it to Oasis. And we've been there for, about to be 2 years this June. So we're about to have our 3-year anniversary, which I'm really excited for. But I love doing this show. It's like, we need it. You know, there's a lot of hella white shows out there. Yeah. You know who you are. And I'm just tired of seeing like token black people in a lineup, and I wanted to do something where black people are uplifted and highlighted, you know, and given the love and respect that they deserve.
Do you feel like booking practices have changed, or do you feel like there's still kind of some growing to do in our community?
I think a lot of people have changed. Some people have not. Some people haven't done anything. I've seen some shows during Black History Month where they had little to no black performers in it. And it's like, that's the 1 month that you fake it. Like, if anything, that's like when you like, oh, I'm not racist. I booked black people. But some people didn't do it. And it was just very hella white lineups. And I just was over that kind of shit. But I feel like a lot of places have like, producers have like, really seen the change and what needs to happen. So it's good. And if I'm not in your DMs telling you to change, then it means you're doing okay. Because I do slide in people's DMs. I'm like, I see you, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your hope for reparations? Who do you want to see? How big do you want it to grow? Is Oasis's final form?
I want it to be as big as possible, bitch. I want to be as big as these titties as my pads. No, reparations is just still growing, and it's still going to get bigger. I plan on taking it on the road. Yeah. I want to take it to Chicago, LA, and see how it goes there. I might do like an Oakland edition every once in a while and bring it out to the East Bay.
Please.
Yes, I want to do that. So it's like I want to bring it out to the people. But no, it's not. I don't know. I still have some people I haven't crossed off my list. I mean, we just had Latrice Royale, which was like a dream get. I mean, my ideal dream would be Bob and Monet.
Oh, Bob and Monet.
Bob and Monet. If I could get them to do like a sibling rivalry, I'd be so ready for it. But I would probably be like in debt for ages because they're pretty expensive. But it's worth it. They're like my favorites. I'm obsessed with them, and they know who I am. So that's cool. So
Bob and Monet, if you're watching, they're not watching, but if you're watching, okay, you got to come to reparations and cut us a deal because you don't want Nicki Jizz to be in debt, do you?
No.
Because that's not reparations.
How
that's the opposite.
I need to buy Telfies, so please.
Exactly, that's where your money's going to go. So you mentioned doing drag in other cities. You've had an opportunity to do drag in Miami, Chicago, LA, other big. Oh, New York.
I did New York, yeah.
Other big drag cities.
Big Sur. I performed at Big Sur.
Is there anything Bay Area can learn from these other drag locales?
I think my favorite is Chicago. I love performing in Chicago. The drag scene out there is like amazing, and the black drag performers like run that city. Yep. Like they are phenomenal. I love it there, and also they drink until like their bar is open till 4. So that's really fun. Not for my liver, but for partying. But I love Chicago a lot. A lot of my favorite performers are out there. LA is really fun. I've only done New York once, but I had a blast that whole fucking trip. Miami, the girls are just fucking all beautiful, and they're all acrobatic and insane.
I see. They like jump off of buses.
Yeah, they be jumping.
They like invert themselves. Well, you used to do that at the Stud.
Yeah, I used to do stuff, but I'm old now. I've gotten to a certain age where my body is not doing that.
That's a lie, because you learned how to do the splits.
Oh, I did.
Just recently.
Well, you know how I learned how to do the splits?
You fell.
I fell, and then my pussy opened up. No, one night I was like at the Stud, and I was like talking to my boyfriend at Godzilla Princess, and I was like, look, you guys, I've learned how to do a fake split, and I just did a bump of ketamine. I was like, look, I know how to do a fake split, and I like did it, and they were like, no, that's a real split. I was like, oh, I think it's the ketamine. So I owe all my splits to ketamine.
Angel, Angel and I have been doing doing stretches every single day for the past like 6 months. Neither of us could do splits, but we haven't started ketamine yet, so we should.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, right before the splits.
Oh my god, no, yeah, it's one of those things like I could never do it before, and I don't know how all of a sudden just I can do it now. Some days better than others. Some days I'm a little off. But yeah, sometimes like Pride weekend usually is like the best because I've been performing for like 5 days straight. My body is just like so loose and limber, and it's just like I've been blown out all weekend.
Yeah.
And it's just like fuck it, just do whatever you want to me at this point. But yeah, you know, doing those little splits, like it pays the bills. It hurts I did pull my groin once when I did it once, and I was like hobbling around.
How long does it take to heal after you pull your groin?
I don't know.
This is all just for me, actually.
Yeah, it was like about a week, but it was cool.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I survived.
Yeah.
Did
you feel like you're more flexible once it healed up, or you had to start over again?
No, I was still the same.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes like I just stretch just stretch every day. Stretch for yourself, for your body as you're getting older, and also stretch for those ungrateful tops. Like you just have to do it because it actually makes everything a little bit better.
For them.
I don't. Shit on their dicks. I'm just kidding. No. Don't do that for them. But no, I mean, sometimes you gotta be nice to your body.
Okay, well, you didn't answer my question. What is there anything the Bay Area should start doing that other cities are doing, or is there anything we can learn from the other drag scenes?
No, I don't know. Like
we do things better.
I think we do a lot of things better. I think obviously every place can do better. I think the Bay Area drag is like phenomenal and amazing. And I love what we bring, and everything's like so unique and out of the box.
Yeah. So
I'm here for that. Sometimes it's out of the bag from Amazon. Right here. But still come out there and turn it and Give it to Chucha. She'll stone it for you.
Angel too.
Yeah. I just love like going to different places, seeing different kinds of drag, and every city has their own kind of like vibe and feel. But the Bay Area's drag is like, it's really beautiful and like glamorous, but also like grungy and like weird, and I love that. I mean, I'm a Selma girl, so that's like what I grew up on. You know, I do enemas on stage. Like, I don't know no other bitches that be doing that shit. I mean, probably for health reasons, you can't do that.
I mean, once I saw
that's why
like
the set got
red
shut down. I'm
wine
just kidding.
come out of Mary Vice's butt and into Jillian Darling's mouth.
Are you sure it's red wine?
We're not sure.
We're still not sure.
But yeah, enemas, Bay Area drag. Yeah,
that's me, baby.
Bring it to your city.
Yes.
But no,
Clean
that's
out.
the exact perfect answer. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't trying to lead you or anything, but yeah, Bay Area drag. Okay, so we're going to take another short little break. I know there's a short segment.
I'm going to eat more chicken wings.
But when we come back, we're going to talk about Drag Race, and then later on, we're going to talk about some hot takes from Twitter. So stay tuned. Ew. Welcome back. I'm here with Nicki Jizz. Obviously, it's maybe been like 2 seconds for you. It's been like 30 minutes for us. I have no idea where we are. But before we get started, tell me, what are you wearing? Who are you wearing? Amazon, obviously.
Amazonia. Glamazonia. And I'm wearing a wig by Showgirl Vanity, who's like my new like wig obsession. Follow her. She's amazing.
Is it human?
Yeah, 40 inches.
Oh, there you go.
40 inches, honey. Don't bring out no rulers. Put the ruler away. It is 40 inches. If you count every strand, it's 40 inches. At least. But yeah, it's a nice little mullet. And I actually even did my eyebrows today, but I'm covering them up, so fuck it. Yeah, but that's me, just looking a little pretty for you.
And I just want to shout out Crystal Geyser, who did these nails that I'm wearing. That's making it hard for me to pick up chicken, but that's okay. And then I also have this sickening necklace, or I guess it's supposed to be a choker, but my neck's too dainty and small. This
dainty.
choker by La Chucha.
Love La Chucha.
Love La Chucha.
That's
La
my
Chucha
niece.
loves crumble, so I want to shout her out whenever I have the opportunity.
Wow, she must have blackmail on you.
Mm-hmm.
Is she blackmailing you? What does she have?
So many dark secrets.
Oh my god.
Okay, so have you been watching Drag Race this season?
Yeah, I watch it and I make fun of it. It's been ridiculous this season.
Mm-hmm.
The twins. At first, I really hated them, but then at the same time, I was like, "Oh wait, this is reality TV, and it's stupid, and it's supposed to be stupid."
I think a lot of people initially hated the twins and then came around to it. I was always okay with the twins.
Yeah.
Never over the moon. But
Is it because they were twinks? You were like, I'm into it?
That was definitely a part of the fantasy for me because they are cute little twinks.
Yeah.
But just in terms of the drag, I just thought they were like really put together and really cute, and they understood their aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
I think like a lot of contestants always have that, you know?
I thought they were like really cute, but I just felt like their looks were always the same. It was
That's
like
true.
two little pieces, tiny little skirt, which is great. I love Bratz dolls too, but
Show me more.
yeah, I want to see a Bratz doll in a gown. You know?
So who are
Give
you
me
rooting
more.
for?
I mean, I'm a Sasha Colby stan forever. When she said, "I'm your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen," if I'm your favorite drag queen, I hope I am. That's my favorite drag queen, so that makes her yours as well. I just love Sasha Colby so much. But I mean, honestly, like I'm here for everyone in the top. I was gonna say I'm here for everyone in the top 4 or top 5, besides Lucy LaDuca. However, Lucy LaDuca is not really in my top 4 is Mistress, Anitra, Lux, and Sasha.
I feel like that's the preordained top 4. Like from
Oh, it's
the
gonna be
beginning.
great.
Like if you watched episode 1 and 2 and you asked anybody like who's
Yeah.
going to be in the top, I feel like it would have been those 4.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty fucking amazing. All of them are talented. I mean, who knows? All of them could be in there. You don't know. But I think Sasha is definitely going to be at the very end.
Second favorite, if Sasha didn't win.
Probably Lux.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan of Lux, like, since the pandemic. I followed them.
Yeah.
Like, soon as they, like, started doing drag.
Yeah.
I remember, like, actually, they were in Reparations, a digital version of it.
Okay.
I booked them way back then.
Wow.
And they gave me this really beautiful Beyonce number. And I just love them. I actually started doing my nose contour a little bit like hers too, which she stole from Naomi, which I took from Naomi as well.
I actually kind of do it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's the moment.
Naomi, yeah. But then I saw Lux doing it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Naomi is a goddess. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to look like her. But, I mean, my leg weighs as much as Naomi does. But she's actually really one of the greatest, funniest bitches ever.
Has she done reparations?
No, not yet. She was supposed to do it in January, but then Omicron hit, so it hasn't happened. But it's in the works of having her come back and rescheduled. So
Are you
stay
gonna
tuned.
Get Lux?
Oh yeah, I can announce that. Yes, so I can announce that. Lux is going to be doing reparations. It is happening for our 3-year anniversary in June. It's June 9th. We're going to have Lux Noir London, the one and only, at reparations. It's going to be amazing. It's our 3-year anniversary. It's going to be fucking sickening. And I'm really fucking excited.
That's exciting.
I'm so excited.
Sorry, I didn't mean to out that. I was just
No, that's fine. I
That's
forgot. I was like, oh, the tickets are supposed to go on sale in a few days. So
yeah. It is Gemini season.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's probably going to do some Azealia Banks. She's a Gemini.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Oh my God. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I got to work with her at the port, and she was
yeah.
really sweet. It was a great experience. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Again, by then we'll know who the winner is because it's in June. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that weekend it's like Lux and then Sasha Colby's the next night too, and so it's gonna be a wild fucking weekend. I think that's the schedule. I'm not sure.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a crazy weekend at Oasis.
Okay, get your ketamine now.
Get it ready, baby.
It's gonna sell out. Did you watch last week's episode?
I did.
Musical? Okay. What did you think?
I think it was the best musical ever.
I thought the music itself was like really fucking good.
Yeah.
I feel like the last 2 musicals were great. The Moulin Rouge last year was also good.
Oh, that one
Everyone
was
good. Like,
yes.
Deja stuck out for me last year, and then obviously, homegirl Lady Camden did really well. So this year I was like, oh yeah, this is also a banger. I think it took a really long time for production to recover from losing Lucian Piani.
Oh God!
Because like some of these like musicals have been just like bad.
I remember. Oh yeah, remember? Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. No. Put down the pookie.
But it was your favorite.
Definitely my favorite musical that I can think of recently. Mm-hmm. It was smart. It was funny. And it was like very on the nose for what's happening right now. Because everyone's getting mad at RuPaul.
I have a conspiracy theory that RuPaul is actually lobbying for all these anti-drag bills to make her show more pertinent.
Wow, she's doing that.
I don't know. That's
and she's fracking.
Don't do drugs. Never mind.
And she's fracking. How dare her? No, I thought it was like really smart because everyone was getting like going after RuPaul on Twitter, being like, "Why aren't you saying anything about all these bills being passed?" She's like,
till episode 8.
I got 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Watch. But it was really smart.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Footloose?
I've seen like.
You're old enough. You should know.
I know
you were there on opening night, weren't you?
I don't remember seeing it, but I definitely remember like particular scenes. But yeah.
Yeah, it's with Kevin Bacon and some other people. But it's just like he's in a town where they outlaw dancing, which is so ridiculous because it's a bunch of white people and they can't dance anyway. So what the fuck?
I don't know.
It's so ridiculous.
Some of that dancing was pretty good.
Yeah, but this one's like they ban drag. So, which is very like, I mean, that shit is literally happening.
That's literally happening. That's
right
not even like musical logic. That's like really happening.
And like we are kind of fortunate, at least us, like living in San Francisco and also in California, where stuff like that is probably will never happen. You never know. Knock on wood. But it's like fucking terrifying, and it's like they're like, oh, imagine. RuPaul's like, they ban drag. Imagine that. It's like, yeah, we don't have to imagine. We're living it. Here we are. So I thought it was all really smart. Did you have a favorite person from it?
I thought Mistress was my favorite.
Yeah.
And I feel like Mistress should have won. I think Anitra did actually okay, but I think it was producing that got her the win. They want to justify her being in the finale, and they don't need to do that because obviously she deserves to be there.
She totally deserves it.
So, but Mistress should have won.
I think Mistress. I don't know. Mistress and Sasha Colby both were really fucking amazing in it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been. I'd be less gagged if like Sasha won, but I was kind of gagged that Anisha won.
Yeah, I mean, Mistress had like a huge part in it. It was really fucking funny. It was really great. She knew her words. She was dancing. She got it all. Like I loved her in that. Sasha Colby had me dying laughing when I saw her come out as a husband. I was just like, this is too good. I thought everyone was really good in it. Like no one actually. Okay, Lucy was kind of awkward. Okay, Lucy was awkward.
The judges said it, and I do agree with them. It's just like she was actually really okay when she was doing like the boy twink portion, but like once they got into drag, it's just like you disappeared, girl. Like everyone was just like outshining you.
Somebody said that they reminded her, or she reminded them of. Do you ever watch Mad TV? Like Stewie. That's like, was it Stewie? What was his name?
Stewie. Oh
like
no.
that's what like Stewart or whatever.
It.
Like that's Stewart. Totally like what it was giving. And I like remember dying.
Found it on the floor.
Yeah, on the floor. No. But I thought everyone did really well on it. I don't like how they like edited Selena into being so bad and negative. I love her. I mean, not all her looks have been great, but this last one was fucking hilarious, and I thought it was great.
Did you hear her pop off? Did you hear her pop off?
Yes, I saw it.
Shut up, you.
Oh, she was like
sequence jacket faggot. Go back to Palm Springs. What is that?
She said, "These were the initials: EMAF. Eat my ass, faggot." And I like die. She was talking about Ross Matthews. Selena Estides went off. She was at a show. She told everyone to like get out your cameras right now.
Honestly, if she was popping off like that the whole season, I think she would have stayed around a little longer.
Yeah, but no, she probably could have gone home even for sooner. And someone was like, "Well, there goes All Stars." I thought she was really great in it. The musical was good. I know they were setting up Anitra with that whole like talking about like how it really did save their life and all this stuff. But that ballad was like really cute. It was a cute moment.
Yeah.
But I think Mistress could have won it.
Yeah.
I mean, for the runway looks, Sasha Colby.
Oh,
like,
hands down.
That was the only one who was like creative.
Smart. Yeah.
Besides like Selena with the gloves. Everyone just had a glove. It was just, I wouldn't know that it was a glove theme.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for, like, when I saw her, I was like, oh, it's got to be gloves or something, or sports. But everyone else was just like, it's just a gown with a glove. Like, and Anitra's look wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I mean, she had like the little neon lights on, the Tito Soto lights.
Oh, I know. And then they didn't dim the lights in the studio,
Yeah.
so you couldn't even like see it. So she had to like hold it close to her chest.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
And you know they're not going to turn the lights down, girl. They don't. No. They never.
Unless it's All Stars.
Unless it's All Stars. But they never turn the lights down.
No. Never
light a candle.
No. Okay, we don't have to talk about Drag Race anymore.
It's
Is there
cool.
any last thoughts?
I am really excited to see Sasha Colby win. She's going to be amazing. I'm going to go be performing with her on May 7th at Sacramento Faces Club. It's my first time performing in Sacramento. I don't know. But I'm excited.
That is exciting. Oh, my God.
I just honestly, I was
May
like...
7th?
Yeah, May 7th. But I'm excited because...
Are we doing anything May 7th?
Yeah, come with.
I'll find out. We are friends of Sacramento on this
We
show.
love Sacramento.
We love Sacramento. I'm so excited.
Drag. Yeah.
There's a pool there. They tell me don't get in it, though, if I don't want to get pink
There
eye.
actually is a pool. So I don't know what's a rumor, what's true or false. There's a pool.
There's a pool, but they said I might get dysentery
Are people
and pink eye if I get in it.
Do people actually get in the pool, though?
I don't know.
If they want dysentery and pink eye, apparently.
Yeah.
I got goggles.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm not going to hate on your kink. If you like that pink eye and dysentery, go for it, baby. You know, I like a little shady pinky, okay? Give a little pink in that
A
eye.
little eye patch. Is cute.
I got a pink eye back here, too. All right? Shoot. Well, no, actually, it's really brown, but whatever.
Okay. So, moving on to Twitter. One of my favorite... my sole source of porn these days, Twitter.
Wait,
Freddie,
who's your favorite Twitter porn account?
Mitchie Ooh.
Mitchie Ooh? He was the one who did all those TikToks before, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I'm not really on TikTok, but yeah, that sounds right.
Pretty good.
That tracks. Yeah. Who's yours?
I go back and forth, but Chirac, probably. Forever and always. I love him.
Yeah.
He can bend me over and break me in half. I'm ready for it.
There you go.
I got insurance.
Send me your favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I need to follow I need to follow things. Okay, so East Bay Vicious, aka Freddy, tweeted. What was what?
Oh God.
Yeah. What Bay Area drag take will have the community like this? And it's Flynn from Tangled
Yes.
with a bunch of swords at him. So your controversial drag takes. Angel is going to read some of the quote tweets from that initial tweet, and then you and I are going to say whether we agree with it or not, and why.
Sickening.
So I'll try to,
Pick the good ones.
Yeah, I'll try to pick the good ones. Some of these are very controversial.
Uh-oh.
First up, from @SillyLime2, rule number 1 is you gotta have fun.
No, lie.
Stupid. No fun. You gotta cry. Nicki Jizz cried on Twitch and then got a bunch of money. That's the only way you're gonna make money. Pain. Pain is art.
Yes and no. Like, yes, drag is supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to have I think you have fun out there, and your fun could also be you hating yourself and crying. But your drag is fun. Have fun out there, but also
be good.
Be good. Because, yes, all drag is valid. All drag is valid. We don't need to beat that fucking dead horse into the ketamine funeral. Because all drag is valid. But not all drag is good. And not all drag is meant for the stage. And I'm just being honest.
We haven't even gotten to that one yet.
Yeah, I feel like you answered a lot of these.
Oh, no, that's okay.
No, I got a lot of takes.
Silly Live is Sally Limon, and no matter what, we were going to disagree with you. So,
Yes, forever and always.
Okay. Oh, what's the next one?
Foreskin is overrated.
Well, so the Gigi Gemini said, there are some performers y'all should have stopped booking forever ago because no matter what happens, they keep getting worse.
I agree.
I would have to say, yes, there are some people I think that have not grown with time. I don't want to say they got worse. I just say they have not grown. Mm-hmm. I feel like everyone else is growing with their drag, and some people have not and are still doing the same. So if you're watching and you feel like this applies to you, grow. Put some water on it.
Well,
Get in the sun, grow.
The people probably that haven't grown probably don't know we're talking about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's like an effect, right? When you can't be self-critical. What is that called?
I don't know.
Do you know what it's called? Where you don't know that your shit stinks.
Sally Limon.
It's like when people on American Idol just sing so badly, they just have no idea because they can't be self-critical.
Okay, but those people, I get them because I used to think I was a great singer, and then I listened to myself on a when I hear myself from my ears, it sounded great, and then I listened to it on a recording, and I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. I auditioned for shit, and I thought it was amazing, but it's not.
Well, it's
cool.
like that for some drag people. They're just they think they sound good coming out their own ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it feel?
Mean.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna
you
cry. Thank you.
You did great in talent. So you have a great one.
@Cult of Jelly said, stop complaining about not getting booked or not seeing the shows you want. Do it yourself. Start a backyard, warehouse, beach, park show, or shut up.
T.
Yes and no. Yes, I think everyone should be oh yeah, if you want to if you're feeling like you're not getting booked and you're not doing stuff, go out and do your own thing. Go for it. I created Ho's Life because me and my friends were whores and we wanted to do a sexy party. But I think some people, if you're doing that, work on that one party, and make it great. Don't do so many parties. Don't work on that one party and make it amazing and put a lot of effort and work into it. And remember, when you're throwing a party and you're doing it yourself, you're going to lose money. Not all parties will instantly make money. I've lost money on certain shows, and it's okay. True. If you're in it for the money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. You need to be doing drag and producing shows because you want to make people happy. You want to have a good time. You want to do a bunch of drugs with your friends. And that's why you should do it. You shouldn't do it because you're trying to make money, because it's not the most lucrative thing. It takes time and effort. But I think hone in on your craft. And if you're going to do a backyard party, make it a cute one, all right? I've done some backyard parties, and this shit was lame. But I digress.
Okay, so to summarize, no. Don't start your own party.
Sorry.
But if you do start your own party, don't do it for the money.
Yes.
But also, don't do it because...
I'm Lutz Noir London right now. However, this is how I feel.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Yes.
Okay, so at Freddie Seipold, which Freddie was the one who created this prompt.
Yeah,
Freddie started the drama. It doesn't even go here anymore.
And then Freddie added like the most answers to their own prompt than like anyone else did. So at Freddie Seipold said, if you're not in the show, don't linger backstage during the show. Say hello and scram, in all caps.
I agree when I'm in the show. When I'm not in the show, no.
Yes, very much that. I think you know who you are, that it's okay for you to be there. But, like, if you ain't that good with, like, the host and a lot of the people in the party, take your ass out. Lisa Frankenstein even wrote on there, and she was like, why, after a show, do you want to go into the brightest, muskiest, like, most crowded place in the club after a show, where, like, all the performers are just finishing, and you want to come into, like, these overhead lights and go in there? Like, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah.
But I like doing it because I go and see my friends. But everyone else, stay your ass outside. I'll invite you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree. Once I was at a show, this wasn't even at Oasis. It was like, there's like a tent set up in the back behind the stage, and it was like a small ass tent, and there was no more light, and it was like the darkest tent I've ever been in. But everybody that was ready was still inside the tent, and I was trying to like put a wig on and cinch up and put my shoes on. Just like, you're not even helping me. So it's just like, why are you here? It was so annoying. Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna be in here, you better
be. You're gonna be helpful.
Yeah, go get me a drink, and then you could you have to work to get in there. Yeah. If you come into the dressing room, go get me a shot from Bernie, and then you can stay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bernie.
So we agree with that one.
I totally agree.
Okay, so this is one of the ones I felt was like actually controversial. I thought there were very few opinions that were like unpopular opinions, but this one generated some conversation. So at Nitrix Oxide said, shows should not be pay to play. I've booked tons of performers without coming to my show first. It's nice to see the show first, but not everyone has a schedule. Some people have to work in the morning, LOL.
Okay.
Well, that tracks, because I know Nitrix has asked to be in a show of mine, and I've never seen them at it. But, I mean, a part of me does kind of like... a part of this does resonate with me because I have a very kind of like crowded schedule, and there are shows that I would move my schedule around to be in. So if they had ever asked me, then yes. But I've never gone out of my way to ask to be in those shows, because of my schedule. But I mean, yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know.
So, first when I read that, it was like pay to play. I was like, wait, people are paying to be in a show? I was like, damn, that kind of like defeats it. I'm like, I wish I had people paying me to get into my show.
Famously, what's her name? Moxie Michaels or whatever.
Oh God.
Ariel Versace to do her show, but that's that's a different.
You're paying to be in another shitty person's number. Yeah. Wow, great. I blocked that person. I couldn't deal with all that drama.
They blocked themselves. I think they're like
honestly.
gone now.
I think yes. It's good to go to a show and see what things are like to get an understanding of what it is. But I also understand like sometimes you can't like make it to it. But at least what I hate is when people ask me to do reparations or other parties, or sometimes I get people ask me to do Princess. People think that I can book them for Princess. I'm like, it's not my party.
Yeah.
I'm just there all the time. Or they ask me for reparations, but they don't follow me. Like, you message me and it's on my request, but I look and see and you're not following me. What the fuck? At least follow it. And then if I don't respond, you can unfollow me. That's fair. But, like, at least, like, follow and ask for a gig. Like, don't, like, hey, I want to do your show and not follow me. That's just weird.
Yeah.
I understand people not coming. I think if you can't make it to it, at least send me some videos to show what you can do.
Yeah.
I think I want to see, like, what am I booking, you know? Not everyone, like, I don't expect everyone to show up to a gig and drag.
Yeah.
Because I don't like showing up to shit I ain't getting paid for. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But I think take your time to, like, actually, like, message people and try.
Yeah.
I think that means a lot.
I think also it just depends on how you ask. I think if you acknowledge, like, hey, I haven't been able to make it to this show, but I've been admiring it from afar. I really would move my schedule around if you booked me. I would love to do it. You know, just kind of like, yeah.
Or you can even lie and say that you've been and just, like, I don't know. There's hundreds of people at my show. I don't know that you haven't been there.
That's right. Just lie.
I don't know.
But I wonder who does kind of like have. I mean, like, I guess it's not anything I ever like really think about. Is like pay to play. It's like most of my shows are free to go to.
Yeah.
They don't have cover.
No, yeah, I've never like known anyone to do that
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, people do that shit.
So
It's
we
weird.
kind of agree.
I think you pay your dues. You pay your dues to get to like certain bookings and gigs like that.
Yeah.
I worked for years at Uncharlie's and did tip spots.
Yeah.
For years I did that. Every Tuesday night I was there working my ass off, and I learned how to be a performer. I learned what songs made people happy. I learned what made people like giddy with excitement, what moves of mine worked. Ass drops apparently work. Like things like that you learn, and it like helps you better as a person so you can get those better paying gigs. So I think work hard, and sometimes you do have to do tip spots. It sucks, but also it's really good to like I wouldn't want it any other way because I learned how to be a better performer. Some of y'all skip that step, and it shows.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to continue with some of these more hot takes. Slay. Okay, welcome back. We left off on some hot takes from Twitter, talking about booking people pay to play, gay for pay.
Gay for play.
Gay
That
for
I
play.
can get behind.
Yeah.
I'm gay for play.
But Nigel, if you're watching, I will book you. Please do my Port Bar show. But please book me for your musical show because I love musicals.
And Nitrix, I'll book you for reparations. Let's do it. Let's see how that's going to go over.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So next unpopular opinion.
Uh-oh.
At Militia SF said,
Oh, child.
valid clicks, and the first letter of each word was capitalized. Valid clicks were the death of competitive growth, innovation, and quality control.
Ooh, so I feel like this is one of the hot takes.
Okay, I didn't understand what it means.
It took me a while to like understand. I think like there's a cult of like valid, like all drag is valid. So it's just like I think just knowing Militia and how she looks at drag, it's just like there's a school of drag, or maybe the idea that all drag is valid, and that you can't, and that kind of interferes with the ability of being critical of drag, so people aren't growing. I'm not saying that those are my thoughts. I'm saying like I'm trying to decipher what this tweet means.
Pretty much it means millennials have ruined another thing. Millennials have ruined shit again.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Stop.
Why aren't you buying diamonds?
Jesus, you already ruined TikTok.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna ruin drag again. Okay, now that makes a little bit more sense because I wasn't sure like what that meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Like definitely, like you can't be critical of it. It's like, well, this is my kind of drag. It's like, yeah, but I'm still gonna critique it. Like that's what we do. Like I feel like people like you grow. Like everyone judges everyone else's drag, whether you want to admit it or not. We all talk shit about each other's drag, or we talk about it. Sometimes we talk shit. But that's just life. Like you also grow from that and learn from it. And I think I totally agree with Militia on that. Like it definitely has like stifled some things where some people are like, but this is how I like to do it. I was like, okay, but I'm the judge today, and that's what I think about this. So that part.
Yeah. I mean, I also kind of agree with it because I love being shady and critical, so I don't like to kind of like arrest me being judgmental for other people's comfort. And maybe that's me coming from like an art school background. I like have a master's in creative writing, and I had people
subtle
tear my
brag.
shit down all the time. And you know what? It's just like you need to teach yourself like what is important to you in terms of criticism, and like what you can kind of like, ignore and not take with you.
Yeah.
But it's also just like part of it because you do grow from it, and I kind of like the idea of like getting feedback.
Yeah, I
And
think
some
like
of feedback is bad.
yeah, I think it's a growth thing. It's like not really all like I was joking about like talking shit, like that's what we all do, but I mean we do, but it's also like it's about how you grow. Like like I said, doing tip spots is a way of how to learn how to grow, how to be better as a performer because you are working for that money.
Yeah.
And you learn what you need to do to like impress people and make them happy. And that's what it is. And if your drag is not everyone's cup of tea, baby, that is not everyone has to drink that fucking tea. There's always a show for you. There's always a place for you. And make it happen on your own.
So is all drag valid?
Yes, all drag is valid, but not all drag is good. Some drag it's okay. You know? Like as Glama says, it's alright.
And do you believe that Bay Area drag is not evolving because there's too much people thinking shit is valid out here?
I think
because that's actually the part of the tweet that I actually disagree with, because I think Bay Area drag is getting better and better and better. Like, and I also think like we're kind of one of the best drag scenes.
yes, I think it is definitely getting better. I don't think it's like holding people back. I think it's something that applies to every drag scene.
Yeah.
I think everyone has that. Everyone has like those top elite girls, and there's always people who are working to try to be better. And some people just don't really move much. But like, like Gia Gunn said, there's room for everyone. So I mean, that's what the Bay Area is. We appreciate you. There's room for all of us here, honey. Like we can make it happen.
Yeah.
I think all drag is great, and do what you got to do. But I don't think everyone is I don't think everyone is ready for the stage at all times.
Not all drag performers have to be entertainers or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Not everyone's
more hot takes. Let's do two more.
Okay, I've got just two more. They're just like I'm gonna breeze through these because these are like the dumbest takes from the biggest.
Oh
doo-doo
God, they're
idiots.
probably mine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, more from Sally.
So at Eat More Snacks said, my unpopular take is that only me and Phoebe Cakes should be allowed to speak on Bay Area drag.
True.
Wow. Sure. Sure.
I feel like that's.
I'm in your house right now, and and it's raining outside, so I'm gonna say whatever I have to say to get out of here safely. So sure.
Yeah, Nicki Jizz's ankle is handcuffed to the chair. She can't leave unless she agrees with everything I say. Yeah.
No, I love Snuggles. Okay, that was funny. I love that one.
No, that's funny. That's funny. No, everyone should have an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes.
Then you don't, like, if you don't care, if you don't think anything's bad, how do you know when it's good? Sorry, this is also something that, like, I've taken with me from, like, from writing school. It's just like...
Oh, well, she got her master's. Well, she got the master's. You remember she said that a few minutes ago. The master's.
No, okay. It's just like... There are people who are just like, oh, poetry's subjective, They're just like, no, there's bad poetry. There's bad drag. Like, have an opinion.
Roses are red.
So I'm happy to have an
blue.
opinion with Snacks anytime she wants. She's going to be on the show soon. So we are the only ones that should and could sufficiently talk about Bay Area drag. I agree with that.
Great. Last controversial Bay Area drag opinion. At Nicki Jizz said, everyone is afraid to say it, but the real tea is that y'all are all just jealous of me because all my friends say I remind them of Beyonce.
I agree with that one.
Okay.
I don't know who that Nicki Jizz person is, but I agree with her fully.
If you're Beyonce, who's Michelle and who's Kelly? Who's Latavia? Who's Latoya?
I'm all of them, bitch. I'm all a Destiny's Child, but you're Luther Vandross. I'm just kidding. No,
I'm not in the closet.
No, I think you would be. You would be Latoya. Latoya was a good one. She had a career afterwards. I like Latoya. And I'm Snacks is gonna be Mike Kelly, because we've grown really close together recently on our Disney trip. I won't tell about the things that we did, but they were really beautiful and horny. And Michelle, ooh, that's God's Little Princess for sure. That's God's Little Princess for sure.
Okay. Yep. Shooting out of the...
Yes. Oh my God. I love it.
Okay.
My other hot take was Heclena's not funny, and I believe everyone should agree with that.
Okay, I disagree with you. Actually,
What?
I'm a Heclena stan. I'm gonna say it. I'm a Heclena stan. Before...
Remember,
my relationship with Heclena
It's raining outside. I have to. Okay.
It's very different from yours. I actually did. So when I graduated from Cal, I had a drinking problem, but I went out every single night of the week. Every single night of the week, I went out to the city. It was crazy. I was living in the East Bay.
Ooh.
But like Mondays, it was like 80s Mondays at, I think it was like Bar on Castro or Q Bar. I forget what it was called at the time. And all drinks were 80 cents. That's crazy. How could
insane.
I not go out on a Monday if drinks are 80 cents? I save money by going out. But every Tuesday I would go to Tranny Shack, and it like kind of blew my mind open. Yeah. And I thought like Heclena was the funniest person, and she like created this like really cool party, shoulder to shoulder, just like every single week, like the most subversive stuff. And then I do understand that, you can't, your faves are problematic, but like I actually think she's really funny.
Wow.
We disagree.
Oh, Phoebe
what did she do to
Cates.
you?
She didn't do shit, and that's the problem. I'm just kidding. No, I just don't really find her that funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just really haven't. And, she was one of those gatekeepers in position for a very long time, where I was only getting booked for like black theme nights, and I didn't like that kind of shit. Yeah. And that's why I do reparations, to like prevent those things kind of happening. And yeah, she just wasn't always the nicest person. Yeah. And said some fucked up shit. And I just don't think she's that funny, but no, whatever.
I mean, like that's all valid. Yeah. All opinions about Heclena are valid.
All drag is valid.
All drag is valid.
Hey, Eddie,
but again, it's like I have a different version of Heclena, from the before times, and like, that predates, how she was.
Yeah, I never went to Tranny Shack. Or T Shack. Mm-hmm. I was too young, but I know you've been.
I was not. I was there.
Yeah.
Fighting people the fist fights.
Oh
okay.
My God.
All right, we're moving on. We got some anonymous questions from the NGL app. I know you stupid bitches love that.
Anonymous questions and anonymous loads.
Yeah. Ass up, face down. Okay. Give us, shoot us a question.
All right, first viewer question.
But honestly, if the water doesn't run clear, you guys, this is what you do. We're about to find out.
I don't know if that candle's going to cover it all up.
Let's go find out. Let's go see.
Okay. Well, this was in my Chroma opinion with Nicki. I had so much fun. Did you have fun?
I did. I had so much fun.
Would you do this again?
I would totally do this again.
Because you got some big things in the works.
Yes. I'm sitting on a secret. I'm getting my BBL soon. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be really amazing in just a few months. And it's going to be all healed and lovely. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff in the works. I'm really excited. I'm going to be getting ready for Oaklash, which is coming up in May 20-something. And it's going to be really fun. I'm excited.
Cute. So we're going to release this tomorrow. And tomorrow is the 22nd. Oh. So do you have anything that you want to promote aside from Oaklash that's coming up shortly?
Yes. On Sunday, we are having the very first ever Rolling with the Homos pageant. If you don't know, Rolling with the Homos is my drag roller skating party in Oakland. Come out to it. It's going to be really amazing. We're having a bunch of competitors do really amazing numbers, and then we're doing a category open to all that is non-traditional wheels. So that means no roller skates, no skateboards, and no bikes, I believe, and any non-traditional wheels. That means like a go-kart, a cheese wheel. That's a good one. Office chairs, anything with wheels on it. We're doing, whoever wins that gets some prizes. So come out. That's this Sunday, the 26th, at the Township Commons. And then I am doing reparations, which happens every second Friday at Oasis. And we have the one and only Heidi in Closet.
Yay!
I'm so excited. It's her first time at Oasis. Because she unfortunately was during the COVID season, so touring was like really bad for them. But I'm really excited to have her. She's so amazing. She's so I can't whistle. Never mind. Yeah. Soft and supple, and blessed and highly favored. So get ready for that. That's April 14th, and then Lux Noir London at Oasis on June 9th. Yay.
Sickening. Okay, and now is the time I'm going to shout out all of you patrons. Oh my God, I just got I'm yelling into the mic now because I'm so excited to say your names. Thank you to my newest patrons, Kai B. Michaels, Chris Hendricks, Jerome Thomas San Diego, and Raina Terror for being supporters of this video podcast, and supporter of me and Angel of what we're doing here. So thank you so much. Tell your friends to join, and join me for my next crumble. Who do we have coming up? Oh, Angel, you gotta be quick.
I forgot one. And also, we are doing a fundraiser for the one and only Mud the Two Spirit to help raise money to get them new hearing aids. It's going to be happening next Tuesday. I believe that's the 24th. No, wait. I don't know. Whatever the last Tuesday of 29th? March is. 29th, maybe? I don't know. Well, it's coming up at Oasis. Come and support Mud. Otherwise, you're racist and you're horrible. Bye.
T.
I'll just clear up a few things. So March 28th is the fundraiser for Mud.
Oh, yeah. March 28th.
There you go.
That's the same day that we'll be filming with the next guests, who are going to be Beefcakes and Major Hammy.
Ooh, fun. Ooh, okay, and after we're done filming, we're going to be going to Oasis to support Mud. So
are you going to make them do a dance-off and see finally who's the better dancer?
We're going to rank Bay Area performers in terms of danceability.
Oh,
so you're going to be on the bottom.
Oh, power bottom, honey. Correction. Power bottom.
I also wanted to add a plug because y'all mentioned earlier the drag being banned in places like Tennessee right now.
Yes.
And so Saturday, April 29th, so a little bit from now, put it on your calendars, Pop Rocks and Juicy Lou are going to host a fundraiser, a fight to legalize drag that's going to be supporting Tennessee LGBTQ orgs. So that will be 2:30 to 5:30 at Oasis on April 29th.
Slay. Oh, slay. And that just goes to anybody, if you want to plug something, if you're doing something really important and you want us to shout it out on the show with our tens of viewers, no, I'm just kidding, hundreds, bitches, go ahead and just DM us and we'll make sure to plug what you got going on. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go fuck Nicki Jizz.
Yay!
Light some candles, Angel.
Yes, turn off the lights and light a candle. Yeah, let's go do it. Ooh, the bubble guts is hidden. Let's go. Oh, wait, is it there?
It's still going. Yeah, let's, actually, let's pause. We could do, like, stills or stuff. In my crumble opinion.